Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to episode 7 of Freddie Lawson's career and the final episode of his first season in college football. This will be a slightly, not more boring because we do have our bowl game, but a slightly longer episode just to go through some stuff that we've gone through this season, such as the upgrades, Freddie Lawson's stats, which sit at 84 route running, 89 speed, and after the bowl game we will also be deciding his team for season 2. So far his stats: 64 receiving yards on the season, 800 yards on the season, an average of 12.5. His longest was 50 with 5 touchdowns, which is an okay freshman season. We're also just going to take a deeper look in at the schedule. Win against Midwest, lost to Iowa, and then a loss to Troy. Minnesota we won, lost quite big to Ohio State. Won against Washington though, lost to Michigan State, which should have been a win. Beat Northwestern and UCLA, lost to Wisconsin, and won our final 2 games of the season, which were in yesterday's episode. Now we have Colorado in the Las Vegas Bowl against Iowa. They got a far better side than us this year. They are ranked. Can Freddie Lawson put up some good numbers? We're not going to look for a touchdown this game as much as we would be in previous games. It will be a longer episode. You'll see far less cuts. So we'll just play the game out in its full rather than cutting any time he gets pulled from the field. As we see Iowa going onto the field in the Las Vegas Bowl, they will get the first drive, the first plays of the half. This may well be his last season in Iowa. If he doesn't decide to transfer away, it won't be, of course, but we'll see. A short camera angle there, just not made the adjustments quite yet. That should be on the next play. He is wide receiver 1, so obviously he'll still be looking to stay as wide receiver 1 no matter what side he gets, so probably Clemson being slightly out of reach. Brilliant pick up there, getting some early yards in. That's good to see. Good 15 yards, I believe it was there on the play. No, 17. And we'll just watch it in its full, replays, as long as they've not been skipped and everything. So they're setting up. They're on the 45. He comes across, and it's picked. It's picked already. A poor call from Lawson. He knew the man was there, but it's picked. Still early on in the bowl. If they score here, they can still get back into it. However, Colorado do have a 9-3 record. I mean, losing only 3 times in the season compared to the 5 is pretty major. But they do only get 3 on the play, which is pretty good. I believe they do have Shedeur Sanders at quarterback this season, who does have some very good ratings on the game. Dropped there by Lawson. Comes across, makes a good block, but they only get 3 yards out of it. The running back has had some good games this season. I'm not going to completely write him off and say he's been shocking, but he's not been what you'd want of what the start of the season was, a ranked side. Let's make clear that when we started this save, Freddie Lawson joined ranked Iowa in his first year. He was a 5-star recruit. He's made very few upgrades through the year. I think we're holding out still for a quickness upgrade, hopefully at the start of next season. We'll see if we get that in tomorrow's episode, I believe. Yeah, so we won't be playing the first game of that season, but we will be playing this game and just deciding his next team for next season. So it's not exactly a longer episode, but it may well feel like a bit of filler content, which, I mean, it's not as long as you want to see who he joins next season. But lining up here, he's got only 1 reception, 2 targets on the day, however. Comes across, and it's just underthrown by the quarterback. I mean, the only way he's getting on that is if he decided to dive onto the ground. But getting pulled again here on 4th and 10. One drop, which isn't major, but when he's only had 1 reception, it is quite bad. He's got tight man coverage by the looks of it here, unless they drop into zone. No, they stick to man as he runs across, runs out, and it's picked again. Picked again just after the 2-minute warning, and it's a touchdown for Colorado. Brilliant. I think that writes the bowl game off. Realistically, they're not going to get back into this. They score with Lawson off the pitch, which is pretty good. It could have been a pick six, could well have been a passing touchdown. We'll only be able to know when we see McMara's stats at the end of the game. Oh no, we can see now it was a touchdown, which pretty good, to be fair to him, considering that he can't actually throw the ball to Lawson at all. Nice cut inside, makes it 3rd and inches. They should be going for a run play here, realistically. They've gone for an RPO, and it does get the first. Lawson misses his blocks, and they still manage to get the first, which is pretty good. But 2 catches on the day, it makes his stat line look slightly better. Obviously, he's not stat padding. It'd be quite hard against Colorado to stat pad. But they're 17 ranked in the country. They're going into the national championships with a strong quarterback in Shedeur Sanders. And, having 14-10 on Colorado in that situation is something to really be admired after what has been for Iowa a really troubling season. But Lawson cutting back and just losing yards after he actually made the gain and making the catch. But it makes it 3-1 drop. 4-1 drop. Sorry. As wide receiver 1, probably looking to make more yards and receptions in jet sweeps, but that's not really something in Iowa's repertoire, to be honest. And I don't know if anyone in the comments will be able to give me any help, but you can't get the quarterback to throw lofted passes. I don't know whether this is a common theme or more new. But yeah, it's thrown to Lawson again. Lawson just massively overruns it. That's really poor from him. But still 14-10, and it's 4th and inches, so they might be able to convert. They convert a field goal. Not bad. Just makes it a 1-possession game still. But if they got the 2-pointer, which looking at this Colorado side would be very achievable, it's going to make it hard. Nice to Lawson in the middle. Can he make it? Oh, big yards on the play, but no touchdown in a bowl game as of yet. Early in the 4th quarter, he can still make something of it if he wants to. Oh, he would have been away down that side. They had him in zonal coverage. There wasn't a chance his man was getting with him as he gets pulled again on 2nd and 4. So it's making that touchdown look even more unlikely, really. But at the end of the day, if they can keep the result the way it is, it's massive improvement from the rest of the season. But he's just going to change the route around here, just to give himself a chance of a touchdown. After he did just streak away from his man in the middle, and just getting caught on his man after he called for it. Unlucky, unfortunate, not great. Please remember, if you are enjoying the content, do leave a like and subscribe. It's massively appreciated, and it does go, for a tiny channel, a lot further than you'd expect. But Lawson's back in here, runs across. Can the quarterback find him? Lawson jumps, and it's just knocked out in the end zone. That would have been his touchdown in a bowl game. It also would have made it a 2-possession game. But you can't expect miracles. It was a 2-possession game for about a second, but they're just going to look to drain the clock here. It's 2017. And they're still in the lead after the field goal and then a touchdown from Colorado. Lawson is looking for a slightly better season, especially stats-wise next year. If he can get on a better program, even with less targets, he might be able to make up more yards just from blocks. A better quarterback. Obviously, he's got a senior quarterback now at Iowa, so it's going to take him a lot longer to stay. And it's going to take next year's freshman, or maybe a junior if they get a good transfer, Junior to a long while to really adjust not only to Iowa's play, but he takes it around the outside. Can he make it? Takes it out of bounds, which is weird. 20-17 to stop the clock, but he gets the first. Coach does pull him for that though. 6 receptions on the day for 98 yards. You can't complain, but that is an Iowa win and Freddie Lawson's first bowl game win of his college career. Impressive stuff. In your first year, he's performed well. But yeah, McNamara, he's had a poor season, but that bowl game may well project him up in the draft, at least a little bit, if that's the route he chooses. It might not be a free agent, maybe. I don't doubt he probably would be if he chooses to go to the draft after the way he's played this season. But an impressive season for Iowa to recover from that awful record near the end. Just brilliant recovery. Made him 8-5 on the season. 6 conference wins to 3 losses. Impressive stuff, especially after the troublesome start with only a 6-0 game against FCS Midwest. Just being asked who really should take the credit for that win, and I thank the teammates, because that defense played so well to be able to keep them out of it, and just confirmation that we did win the Las Vegas Bowl. Now we're gonna sim forward a couple of weeks here. We've obviously not made the college playoffs. Let's not beat around the bush. There was no way we were recovering that season. There was literally no hope. But we will have the transfer portal and the ability to move sides if that is what we so wish. Now, Duke was an option. Obviously, being a New York Giants fan, Duke did make me laugh just because of Daniel Jones. However, we are eyeing up two quite big options here. We obviously have the thought of staying in Iowa in our head. We could well go to Miami. UCLA, I thought for a short while might be possible, but as you can see there, Florida State are interested. Now, once we scroll down a little bit here, Clemson are somewhat interested. North Carolina, possibility, but unlikely. We're never going to Wake Forest. Now, the one we're going to sit on is Clemson, because we've been wide receiver number 3. We're obviously younger than the rest of them. However, looking at Florida, we'd be wide receiver number 1, as they currently have. Granted, some stuff could go on the transfer pool, but they have a senior wide receiver at number 1, and we're better than their 3rd string wide receiver. Boston College was interesting as well. I have been doing some various rebuilds on Twitch, of which Boston College was one, and I do just like them, and their kit is just a bit cleaner. Now, we're looking at the Big Ten just to see if Oregon are interested. They are, but we're not going to get in the side. The Big 12, a lot of teams are interested, but we don't want to go there. Obviously, we beat Colorado, and that would be one we'd be on. Clemson and Florida State in the ACC. The ACC is tough, so to go there, we'd need to be on a big program. However, we want the game time, so I think it's going to move more towards Florida State, and I think that's what we're going to settle on. Just because you always see them doing well, reasonably well, in college rebuilds. So we are going to settle on them, and we're going to join Florida State. Now, please remember, as I mentioned earlier in the video, if you want to see more of this, and if you've enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Next season starts tomorrow. Hope you enjoy.